It was used for years as the main ingredient in Teflon and in stain-resistant materials. The short name for the chemical is PFOA.
It does have potential effects. It's not degraded in the environment. It stays around, and it's not something that we evolved to deal with. It's very persistent in people. It has what we call a half-life of about 4 years. That is, if I was to drink a glass of PFOA, which I'm not about to do, half of it would still be in my body 4 years later.
An EPA advisory board has called it a likely carcinogen. Just this year, a special science panel looking into the health effects of the chemical, also called C8, found a probable link between the material and medically diagnosed high cholesterol, as well as ulcerative colitis and thyroid disease. That same panel also found that it is more probable than not that exposure to PFOA was linked to testicular and kidney cancer. Health experts worry that children may be more at risk to exposure from drinking water.
The smaller the person, the higher the level of PFOA in their blood. And that comes about because children drink more compared with their body weight than do adults. So they will accumulate more of something like PFOA from the water.
PFOA has been found in a number of drinking water wells in New Jersey. State DEP scientists have developed a health-based guidance level for the chemical, but the agency has failed to adopt the standards and the regulations to enforce it. The Delaware Riverkeeper Network has criticized the delay, saying groundwater contaminated with PFOA and other discharges from the DuPont Corporation's Deepwater, New Jersey plant are being released into the Delaware River.
The Christie administration and the New Jersey DEP have basically kept the Drinking Water Quality Institute from meeting since September of 2010. That's 2 years with absolutely no progress, no public discussion of how these very dangerous chemicals, PFOA, hexavalent chromium, perchlorate, uranium, how these chemicals are to be treated in our drinking water supplies.
The federal EPA has established a drinking water standard for short-term exposure to PFOA. It's much weaker than the health-based level in New Jersey. As a result of the health risks associated with PFOA, attorneys representing homeowners in West Virginia and New Jersey whose water supplies have been contaminated sent a letter to the federal EPA to urge the agency to quickly adopt a tougher standard. Internal documents show that action may not be completed until the year 2025. The Delaware Riverkeeper Network believes this delay and the effort to put industry representatives on the Drinking Water Quality Institute board could lead to a weaker standard. The organization is also critical of industry studies downplaying the risk and leaving the public unnecessarily exposed to the contaminant.
But they're pulling in independent agencies at the state level as well as academics to try to legitimize their scientific, what they're calling scientific studies, despite the fact that a report that's recently come out by the Center for Progress Reform says that the scientific studies that this organization and others are issuing tend to be more biased towards those who sponsored the study than independent studies.
Meanwhile, the Delaware River Basin Commission, which oversees water quality, has established a special panel to review the effects of emerging contaminants, such as PFOA, on the river.
So we know that large amounts of perfluorinated chemicals, PFOA, PFOS, and the other chemicals in that family are being discharged to the Delaware River. We don't know what those impacts are on marine life, on the ecosystems of the Delaware River, and that's what the Delaware River Basin Commission is expected to look at.